If you've been keeping up with the recent influx of Fallout 76 news and gameplay, you may have been made aware that the Brotherhood have been included within the game via notes and items. This has raised a bit of a spark within the Fallout community, with numerous redditors taking to their keyboards to express their displeasure. First, let me preface this decision with the fact that I am in the belief that Bethesda wanted some way of putting a faction within the game for various reasons, one of which being that they have a fond tradition of including them within all their Fallout titles in some way. However, I think the decision to do this in Fallout 76, where the time and place is under a much different context, was a poor decision on their part. Though saying this, the game is still a month from launch, and Pete Hines has openly come out and said that the lore choices within the game all have some form of reasoning or justification behind them. With this in mind, I want to present a couple of ideas of mine that could explain the presence of the faction within the game. My first theory involves the assumption that up until 2134 the activities of the Brotherhood were relatively unknown outside of what we already know immediately after the Great War. West Virginia, as we know, was less affected by the nuclear holocaust as opposed to other important areas like DC, for example. For a military man like Maxon, this may have been a conclusion he could have come up with, and therefore I've come up with a decision to send a splinter division of the Brotherhood to search for areas of survivors and other remaining government, etc, etc. Considering the distance between the Lost Hills bunker in California and West Virginia, a 2,500-mile journey, this theory is somewhat hard to imagine, though holds some weight in light of Bethesda wanting to find some way of including them within the game. But with this theory we have to ask one thing: why has this never been discussed in previous lore from previous games, even hinted at in some form? My explanation for this is that Maxon wanted this mission to be a complete off-the-record secret from the Brotherhood. If only him and some select members were aware of the mission, the likelihood of someone finding out and risking the mission is way lower, as opposed to if other people in the group knew about this mission and were therefore more likely to blab and tell others and spread information, and if that information gets into the wrong hands, the whole mission could be completely void. To add to this, the reaction of a mission failure in which no one actually knows of the mission even taking place is non-existent, with exclusion to those small few involved. Furthermore, with the knowledge that Fallout 76 has no NPCs, it's safe to assume that the mission would have been a complete failure, and in-game will likely find men's corpses with references to the mission. Not hearing back from the team, it can be assumed Maxon and the Brotherhood gave up hope from the mission, and moved on knowing that the men ventured out knew the likelihood of their survival was very low. So that's my best bet at why the Brotherhood are involved in Fallout 76. Of course this is purely speculation, based off purely my knowledge of the Fallout lore and assumptions. Assumptions highlighted because they are just assumptions. So don't come back to this video in like 2 months explaining how wrong I was, because we don't know anything yet. One thing I want to do with this video though is start a discussion. So what do you all think? You know, what are your theories? I implore you to leave them down below, because I really do want to read them and get more people's opinions on this. So with that all out of the way, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching this short video. Should be some more out later this week and in the weeks to come, as I start posting more on YouTube with a lot more commentary videos. So thank you very much everyone, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.